One of the most important historic places in Valtellina is situated in the heart of the historic centre of Tirano, called Palazzo Salis. The basic structure of this home has a frontage which is flanked by two towers, which was built around the 1500s, and this building still remains in the Salis family today. I believe it's Count Sertoli Salis who still has it. Along with all its political powers and importance, you will see frescoes as we walk through the building, still in the building all over the ceilings and the walls today.
Oh really? You can stay here? Wow.
That would be fantastic.
Oh wow, look at that.
Palazzo Salis. Just going to see if this is open so we can have a little tour. So we did enter the Salis Palace, that's hard to say, after we choreographed our recordings that we could carry around and play in each room that we entered. We could hear the story. I think we figured this out by about room 5 or 6, and then we sort of followed the story in this beautiful palace. An interesting thing is this palace isn't just one building. It was formed by 4 historic palaces into one large complex. Oh my goodness. This palace, there are at least 10 rooms which are richly decorated, as you can see. The thing we couldn't see was the historic cellars, part of the 16th century cellars, and it's still used today for the family's wine business.
Notice the vast 6,000 square metre surface, which at that time referred to the palazzo and the surrounding properties of the Salis family. View of the polychrome ceiling. What strikes us immediately are the delightful and airy colours of the wood copper ceiling, which dates to the same period as the previous room and later decorated in the 18th century. The aesthetic result is cheerful and joyful, with naturalistic motifs.
It also has historic manuscripts from 1531. Important one is the original diplomat document from Emperor Leopold I, who granted the Salis family the title of the Count in 1694.
That we find on our tour is striking thanks to its charming stone pine wood coffered ceiling. It is an exquisite example of late 16th century inlays, and at its centre it features an oil painting of Diana, goddess of the hunt. The frieze in its upper part is an example of 17th century simplicity, and on the opposite wall you can see an important map of the Napoleonic 1813 land register, showing the palazzo's first plan with its garden. Please notice the vast 6,000 square metre surface, which at that time referred to the palazzo and the surrounding properties of the Salis family. Just as important is the reproduction of part of the property valuation, now in Tirano's Town Hall archives.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Here now we can go and walk through this beautiful palace, which is a museum open to visitors throughout the year.
For the same period as the previous room and later decorated in the 18th century. The aesthetic result is cheerful and joyful, with naturalistic motifs painted on the walls, such as bunches of grapes, pumpkins, apples and quinces. At the centre of the ceiling, we can see an oil painting depicting Endymion in the presence of Selene, the moon's divinity, and a small Eros shooting his love darts. This room is dedicated to the Salis family. The Room of the Eight Wonders is situated in the Palazzo's north tower. This was an architectural feature commonly used to confer static solidity to a room, as well as impetus and depth to the motifs of arches and balustrades, typical and much loved in the 17th and 18th centuries. The frescoes were painted in and around 1660. In the centre of the ceiling, Salis's baronial coat of arms, which is held up by 5 female figures. On the west wall, Venus, Mars and Eros are depicted. This probably explains the room's original name, found in the family archives, Room of the Newlyweds.
It's even used for cultural events, and it's also used for weddings and important meetings as well. And they used to also paint false doors, fresco false doors, and they liked doing that as practical jokes to confuse the guests, and they used to laugh when people tried to open them.
Oh, wow. Just, yeah. The stories in the artwork are just amazing.
Yeah, that's why I'm playing this, because she talks about it.
Yeah.
The small studio of Olympus was used as an access corridor between the Room of the Eight Wonders and the entrance to the church. Despite its small size, the ceiling's vaults are completely
The
frescoed.
little chair, the little desk here.
The Salis family was one of the very few Swiss families to be Catholic. Their religious faith has enabled them to maintain the family palazzo over the centuries.
Yeah. They even have a weight thing here, maximum 3 people at a time to stand on this.
Wow.
Yeah.
The light from the apse comes through a window divided into 3 parts, through which you can glimpse the elegant shape of the Venetian side of the valley, as the altar looks north and not east, as was instead the standard. Important coats of arms decorate the building. Right in front, on the central bay, stands the Salis baronial coat of arms. Above the rostrum, the Venosta coat of arms, and on the bay, the Borromeo motto, Humilitas.
This cute little chapel in the palace is a Baroque chapel dedicated to St. Charles Borromeo, and it's one of the first churches in Valtellina dedicated to him.
Finishes with the optical illusion of a door. The fireplace was built in 1694 to celebrate the honor granted to Giovanni Solo. The second and third quarters are in red and silver. This coat of arms soars up in the center of the fireplace, surrounded by the wings of the Habsburg eagle, by the Count's coronet, and by the sacred Roman Empire. On a chariot drawn by a griffin, is depicted riding across the sky. Peaks in the middle with the depiction of Endymion's myth. The story is well worth telling, especially as in Palazzo Salis we can see it recounted in the two frescoed rooms. Endymion was a young and handsome young man who had the gift of children. Standing at the window, you can see again the Rhaetian side of the valley, with the mountains opening out towards the Apple and the Bernina Pass. You can also see a few yards away the Adda River. All these aspects are the proof that the palazzo had a wonderfully strategic position. In other words, control over the pass and all over the delight. The room of the Turks, or of the delights, is one of the most richly decorated rooms we are going to see. The ceiling's corners are vaulted, thereby creating a highly unusual wavy effect. The name by which it is known today derives from the four depicted figures, one man and three women who are all wearing a turban.
All the different states of mind.
I love the fake doors to give you the feeling that you can go outside.
Yeah, there is no, it's just a wall, flat, with al fresco. Completely al fresco the whole room. No doors anyway.
This is proof of the political and diplomatic role of the Salis family in the area. They boasted 25 governors in the valley over 250 years and a vast number of properties and podestam. The Salonchello ceiling is impressive because of its perspective perfection that creates, thanks to a row of porticos and columns, the illusion of space and an extremely high vault. The ceiling is formed of curved beams leading towards the middle. The optical illusion is amazing when you consider that the vault is only 75 centimeters high. On the upper part of the wall, as is an absolute rarity of its kind in the northern Italy's alpine areas. Its plan goes back to the period when the palazzo was being built, in the second half of the 17th century. The Salis family's love for gardens is seen clearly at Soglio, Cora, and Chiavenna, and we can see the same style in Tirano. The Italian garden was first created during the Renaissance.
This is the secret garden, which is behind the beautiful palace, full of box hedges, roses, fruit trees, and beautiful, beautiful gardens.
Nature must be framed and dominated by man. It develops its shape into a pure art. It must become a part of an architectural plan, with perspectives, statues, columns, staircases and fountains, an abundance of evergreens such as moss, yew and myrtle, to be able to enjoy the greenery all year round.
Apparently the labyrinth garden was designed for courtship rituals where young nobles would intentionally go through this maze and get lost, technically get lost inverted commas, and talk privately and use 17th century flirting techniques, whatever that means.
Look at the greenhouse.
It's so cute. I wonder if they would have had some plants in that greenhouse then.
I would say so.
I reckon they would.
And they would have grown food in the winter.
Absolutely. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
This would have been such a nice place to sit outside, all protected.
Wow, it's big, isn't it?
Mm. I love looking through there, the old building.
Yeah. That's a kiwi. The kiwi fruit.
Oh yeah. What you don't stand on it.
I know.
They must have had exotic fruits in
Yeah.
it. But I mean,
They're
this is
quite large.
200 years ago. But they're beautiful.
Look how many. Wow. I didn't realise how many there was.
Yeah.
Look under the canopy.
Yeah. Wow.
Gee. This must be where they have
Little sitting
their
area.
little breaks, but in an al fresco little cove here. It's beautiful. They didn't say much about this part, did they?
Oh, the garden's not played much.
No. This is now a workshop, but I think this was for
Absolutely, it would have been.
growing stuff.
It would have been for seeds and all sorts of things.
Because these all open.
Yeah,
They got their little.
yeah.
Yeah. Most of the fruiting season's over, like the fig. Oh no, there's figs. Still some figs there.
Most traditional dishes, pizzoccheri. So the pizzoccheri is buckwheat pasta, and it's made with I think a cheese and a potato. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And this is shut. So shutting, shut, SCHIATT, I think. It is basically a fried ball of flour with cheese inside. And shutting is what Nonna used to make for me, which were flat, but these are balls, so they're exactly the same, but they're just round. and they're delicious. So each bite is a bite of cheese. It's really yummy.
Weather is turning. It's still warm, but it's going to rain later. And the first time it's been a little bit of wind. But have a look at these grapes. Isn't that beautiful up there? Look at these grapes. Those bunches are gigantic. I keep forgetting to film this. We better head back. Oh my God.
Look at the
I know. Yeah. I'm not cold at all.
No, I'm not, but
And I'm in a
lipstick
like
and jump.
shorts and a shirt.
It's meant to rain at 5 o'clock.
Yeah. Alright. Let's hit the road.
Bit of a disaster today with my microphone. Let me show you. So, unfortunately, you will probably not be able to hear me very well because my microphone, which I've been trying to use, broke. It actually caught on the bag here. So on this bag, it caught on the zip part as I was taking it out to film, and the actual piece, there it is there. See this piece? See this little bit here? That goes on the end of that. So it should look like this. Okay, that's for a Samsung. I've got an Apple phone, and in actual fact, let me show you, that's what it is now. 2 pieces, and it should be like that, but it broke. I thought it just came off, but it's actually snapped. So because I've got an Apple phone, I can't now use my microphones at all, which I'm really, really annoyed about. I've looked online, I can get them, and by the time they arrive, I don't think you can get them in a shop here. I think it's an online order. I will check out some shops, but I don't think I'd like my chances, and yeah, it's broken. So my microphone not being used is going to create havoc when I'm out and about. So hopefully you can hear me, and I will try my best.